Hello, everybody. Good morning. This is Dr. Rao. I was busy last 3 days, so I could not come and do the morning programs. Uh, I kind of missed them myself, uh, but uh, it's it's a question of convenience and also not able to uh, really do them in the Mayo. I was there for a reason, so I was focused on that. Uh, so welcome for the Saturday. This is a satsang, meaning that uh, we are going to be on the truth-seeking mission this 1 hour or 2 hours, whatever I'm going to spend. And this is a tradition that is ancient, that's pretty well documented for thousands of years, where people gather together and they kind of explore matters, mostly something deep, life affirming truths that people engage in. It's not about argumentation. It is about really self seeking truth within our own minds, within our own understandings, within our own perspectives, right? Not try to really convince anybody with forcibly on anything, but getting our mind ask what kind of things that you want to pay attention to. What is that understanding that is guiding you from our inner compass to whatever the life is offering, and if you have good things or bad things, how to maintain equanimity, how to be solving problems and making ourselves much more peaceful, harmonious, and joyful and blissful. That is really possible for human beings without any external aid. That is something very valuable that we can learn from the simple living and higher thinking ancients really worked on for not for hundreds of years but thousands of years. And when the focus was on yourself, the human being, and not the external technology, they were very kind to the nature. They were not have to exert a lot of their energy for external achievements or whatever, but really found out as human being we have an intelligence that can turn inward and resolve our problems, get off from the sorrowful ways to something like a very peaceful, happy, blissful selves, right? You don't have to take any medications, you don't have any religions, you don't have to really read a lot of books. All it is close your eyes, keep your calm, and find out what's going on within us. Find out what is the. So, in that process, to understand what is this self seeking for the truth, and how to be calm, how to be really deal with other people's viewpoints or world's viewpoints. These satsangs were held when nobody need to be invited, nobody need to have a status, but as a human being, you can come and sit down and participate and allow them to explore things, and you can also explore, you can also express what you feel, what you think, what is right for you. And everybody is taken serious, everybody is given their due, but never like according to the social position, according to what you are doing in society, but just because you are a human being. That aspect of it, I like this very much. And that's why really having this importance of understanding, is really takes a deep, deep dive within yourself. Okay, so um, I hope that makes sense to you. And to I only described it, what is satsang and all that is, and what we do in my life. For example, I'm a physician, right? And also, as a physician, I worked 40 some years helping people to resolve illnesses and resolve ill health generally, and then get them back to functionality and all. But that was not satisfying to me. I wanted people to be much more well, energetic, much more having the joy and bliss in life, and also really not be miserable, not depressive, not really complaining, and all that. I think we have the potential as a human life to live well for long, and also to live well for long in joy, not misery. Right? That is there. That potential is there, and we can take treatments when we need it, but we don't have to be addicted to it. I felt just allopathy focuses on only people who are presenting with symptoms, doesn't really do much before that to prevent that, and also doesn't do much education about how to keep themselves well so that they won't get ill later on. It's like a given. Okay, everybody is supposed to know about it and then maintain their own health. And when they are spoiling it, then they come to the system, and the system will fix the symptoms and send them back to the same lifestyles. So I thought the whole thing was crazy. So even in my own practice, I started doing root cause medicine. Like, okay, you come to us, we will fix what is going on now, the disease and all that. But we'll also find out why you are having this. Are there any preventable reasons? Are there any causes that we can arrest them? And that's how I came to wellness, and I came to proactive wellness, where now it's not enough to neglect yourself for months and months and go once a year and get some cursory preventive exam. Some people may not even get that. They wait for the disease to develop, they wait for the symptoms, and when symptoms are bothering them, only then they seek the medical help. Now, as a scientific medicine evolved, we have so many ways to understand what's going on with us and fix it. Okay. Also, a lot of ancient wisdom, ways of living that is very smart. If you are to, and then you can be saving a lot of money, energy, and all that, but just because you are aware and you are awake to the possibilities, and you can do a lot. Okay. So that's why I started this proactive about wellness. How can we do proactive measures that will help us to be well for a long time, and well in a joyous way? Okay, so that's my mission. And now I'm planning a monthly weekend workshop on proactive wellness. Uh, that will be conducted on a Saturday, Sunday. Every fourth Saturday, Sunday, I committed to it, wherein people sign in, come in, and take an assessment of sort, and then figure out these are the problems that I have. If they already know about them, they can get the data about them. And then we will take each issue and then discuss them. And then, for example, somebody is having problems with weight, and then they are putting on a lot of weight, and they're not able to do an effective uh, weight loss program. Okay, we're going to take their problems and see where they are stuck, where they are not really getting the benefit of it. Then we will go from there. Okay, that's what I plan to do, and I'll be doing that pretty. First one is going to be on the July 16th and 17th, and from then onwards, every fourth weekend we will do it. And there will be a price for that, so that we can give you a lot of materials, a lot of useful things that you can do. So instead of spending time on unnecessary talks or just gossiping and all that, you can spend time here where you are investing in your wellness. You are investing in assessment of where you are standing, and also go through with me what are the things that you could do that can make you much better that way. That is the proactive wellness workshop. Okay, I plan to do that for a while now. So every month I'll be doing that. Or you get all the information, and I'll be talking about it in my rooms too. Okay, I really enjoy these kind of workshops because I get to relate with the live people and tell them what they could do, and then follow them up later. So I'm going to invest a lot into that, so that each person who walks in with some kind of understanding about their wellness, and they will increase that understanding multifold, so that they will come to know what's going on and what can be done for that, what are things available, and how to go about it, and how to follow up too. So I'm very excited about that. So anybody has any requests or any concerns about their wellness, they can submit ahead of time, so that I can really work with them, and also address that in the workshop itself. It doesn't have to be personal, but it can be a general health issue that we could take it up and talk about it without revealing your personal matters, protecting your privacy. Okay. So, Janet, you want to come up and tell me how that is sounding to you? Janet is my friend and supporter, so that I always call her and I see her name. She's on the Instagram, and she's also on the new vibe. Uh, I'm sure she will try to attend that sessions. The timings are going to be from morning till noon, and break up for the lunch, and then noon to 4 o'clock or something. 1 to 4 o'clock, like altogether 6 hours. And then 2 days. Okay, first session will be assessing and digging out, and also bringing awareness to what are the most killing factors in our society, like a heart disease, then cancer. Okay, how to be wise about these things, and how to really come to a commonsensical approach of what we can do. Simple things. Okay, so first thing is always assessing where we are, what's going on with our lives, with our bodies, our minds, our relations, our work, our understanding, our approach to life, and all that. Okay, once that is determined, that you have, so somebody may come and saying, I have arthritis beginning, or I have arthritis established. How do you go about it? Go like that. So it's all a question of understanding uh, where you are. And then the next session will take up more about discussion of what you found. What are the things that how do you understand it? Where is the appropriate time to, what is the appropriate time to seek medical attention, and how to go about it, how to be an intelligent patient. And then once you go there, and how to understand the workup, how to understand the possible treatments and all that, how to integrate that with ancient wisdom, all that, then we will the next day we'll really take some cases that have come up during the first day, and discuss them at length, so that everybody understands how to protect if they have that, they can treat. If they don't have it, they can prepare how to get the treatment, and how to integrate ancient practices of healing, mostly non-invasive, so that I'm not going to give pill, I'm not going to give a surgery, anything like that. That will be left for the modern medicine. But then suggestions about what you do with your regular stuff, how you eat, how you exercise, how you sleep, how you manage your mind, all those things. Okay, so that is what is being planned. And then this kind of webinars of satsang are going to be very useful once you start the process of asking, hey, what am I? Where did I come from? What are the things that I should understand as a human being? What are the advantages I have as a human being with intelligence? What is that intelligence? How to tap it? How to get into it? All those things will be discussed on uh, individually or in the forums like this, or you can come up whenever I come on the rooms. You can come up and ask me anything. That will be fine. Okay, but basically, you are being proactive about your wellness. You are being really aggressive on that. Okay, so that you uh, kind of get on that journey. Some people may have a lot of understanding about their own condition, right? And they have research. They have said because there's only one condition they want to find. Lots of times they are a very good source of information for you to understand. For example, somebody had a bout of severe diabetes. He can give you a lot more information on what is the diet he occurred for him, what is the diet you should choose, and how to be careful about certain things and all that. So, like for example, syrup, right, is not good at all for the diabetics. When they go on pancakes, you have a lot of syrup and eat it, the blood sugar can shoot up very quickly. So it's like a poison for the diabetics that are not controlled. So like that, a lot of small information, but that's coming from people who have experienced this. That will be very good too. So this is like a mission, this proactive wellness. This is like a movement. I want to start with each person. Okay. Each person takes into hand, how can I be proactive my own wellness, my individual physical wellness, my individual liver wellness, so kidney wellness, and all the, not separating like that, but integrating the whole human being is physical, mental, psychological, spiritual, social, and also your general understanding of the life and all that. So it's like a simple thing that we react as human beings, but now we want to use the scientific, technological, or psychological, spiritual knowledge that we have as human beings to be proactive about our wellness. That means you are not acting dumbfounded. You are not acting just because somebody told you that, but you have made an effort to understand, you have learned, and then you are bringing those lessons into your life. Okay. So that's what is proactive wellness is. That is what I want to make it a movement with each person. Are you proactive about your diet? Are you proactive about your exercise? That means you see, I'm not getting much exercise. My job is that I have to go and sit and do with the computer. So I take a car, I go and take an elevator, and I sit in my chair all day and doing that. That's a very simple thing, but a lot of people are integrating exercise in that. But then you understand functional medicine, you understand what are the routines you do and all that. So you can be proactive about several levels there. Okay. So that we're going to take each person and go and evaluate and see what they are doing. Okay. So for this satsang to work, you got to come up and tell me something that you are thinking about, or ask us something that we could contribute, a question. Just passive listening is not going to work in satsang. Is it? You should be able to questioning the life, understanding the life, and wanting to really know the answers, or take the perspective of people who are spending a lot of time in these I spent maybe 20, 30 years studying ancient wisdom. I'm still studying. I am a student myself, but probably I'm better off than most doctors because I don't get sold by allopathy completely, or I don't reject allopathy. I use it appropriately for acute medicine, for some surgeries, some emergencies. Definitely, allopathy is very good. It's a question of what are we doing with chronic disease. First of all, why do we have chronic disease? Is this possible to be not to have chronic diseases once in a while, getting sick and getting better and okay? Yeah, it's very much possible. So you don't have to suffer. You don't have to be live with the chronic disease with all the what we call morbidity, the kind of disease. A lot of people are live with a disease with the help of medications, and then the medications become too many and they interact and they produce side effects. So then we suffer from the side effects on that, right? So what I am saying is be aware of that and treat the conditions acutely, that's fine. But pay attention to what is brooding within you on a daily basis. That the sooner you get it caught and then work on them, the easier for you not to have a chronic disease get worse. See, one of the things is ancient wisdom looks at the uh, health as something of a given to us, like a natural gift. That's why they called it prakruti. That means nature. And with that, nature is so healing, so much is given because of our ignorance, collective or individual, or because we really don't know how to maintain that balance. We kind of, do the imbalance very quickly, and then that goes on for decades. Then it will establish as chronic disease. Instead, just to sense that imbalance, that means you have to understand what is the balance. That could be an issue you can talk on the proactive wellness workshop. How can you restore the balance? How do you discover, first of all, this the system made it imbalance, and then how can you bring that balance back? And that's why you will be natural. You will do things that are really, all the time telling you this is natural, this is unnatural, like that. Okay, so do that, and then you will be very well off. Okay, if you don't do that, then you will be putting up with the chronic diseases and then suffering and all that. Many of the chronic diseases that we have now are because of our lifestyles. And so you understand your own lifestyle and then you sacrifice some things for your long term wellness sake. So those kind of things you can talk about, in the satsangs you can talk about, or you can talk about in the workshop for the proactive wellness, which is going to happen every fourth Saturday, Sunday, fourth weekend. Every fourth weekend I'll be doing that. Okay. Like I said, the satsang to work, you got to come up and ask me something, or throw me ideas, or express your own uncertainties, your own duvidas, we call it in Sanskrit. That means you don't know which way to go. You're kind of confused about it, things like that. Because I do spend a lot of time in the company of sages and yogis and people who are really interested in life, people who are interested in life's issues, who are interested in human welfare. They're not interested in cheap money making like most of the modern society is pushing. They are interested in true welfare of the human beings. They are interested in true relief of suffering of the human beings, and they don't want any reward. They just want to do that because it is their dharma. That means they do what is appropriate, what is nice for us. Like, for example, as a person was sitting there and he kind of saw a snake fell into the water. So, and he's kind of struggling there. So he wants to put it up and puts up on the shore. And then the moment it comes shore, it kind of bites him. and then again it falls into that, again he does it, so then somebody traveling by the side says, sir, why do you have to do that? That you know the nature of that is to bite you. And they say, yeah, it's his nature to bite, it's my nature to rescue it. That is what a human being is: kind, compassionate, and reaching out. But you have your own mind, you have so much analysis, so much, oh, this is good, that is not good. I know, even they analyze me and they determine me and they throw me away like, oh, this is something, oh, yeah, whatever. You can do whatever you want to, but my nature is come and share. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Whether somebody gets it, somebody appreciates it, somebody really have that sense of exploring is up to you. But my thing is to come and share. That's my dharma. Okay, so it's I do that, and then whoever takes it, they can take it, or whoever does not take it, they don't take it. It's up to you. But as the nature of satsang is people who associate to find the truth, you should be having some questions about life, about death, about rebirth, about what is really us. Are we this physical bodies that are going to come and go, or are we this just mind that frequent, always change, right? And are we something beyond that? These are the fundamental questions that you want to explore yourself and find out those answers. That is what is done in satsanga. Okay. I'll be here another 5 minutes. If somebody comes up, we'll continue. Otherwise, I'll take my leave and I'll use my time somewhere else, which is much more productive. Last night I was doing 3 guides for my son about some things, and that took a lot of time. And also, I worked on this proactive wellness workshop, which I'm going to do every 4th weekend. First one starts in 16th and 17th, and then I'll go from there to every 4th weekend. I'll be doing that. So I paid a lot of things that I should do, like sending notices, sending everything, all that, and also preparing slides for my talks, and then preparing forms. I can give it to people so that they can fill it and tell me where the wellness is and where the problems are, and how we can help them to really resolve the problems in the long run too, and also how they can really achieve that proactive wellness goal where they're proactively living their life, not just obsessed about health, but then they're avoiding all these problems that can put them in trouble, and really enjoying their life and their work, their relations, and all that. So hopefully you will consider those questions and really come up and ask me in those workshops at least. I'm sure people who are interested will come. Even one person comes, I'm happy, and we do that. So it's all a question of your interest, your questions, your understanding, and then what you want to do about it. If you have an understanding about an issue that's pretty good, and you want to come and share with everybody, most welcome. You should be coming. Okay? Or if you don't have any questions, you just want to tap the water and see where everything is, and then go and check yourself. Suppose I say, yo, are you drinking water enough? And you think, oh yeah, I do. But then we will tell you what is optimization of water drinking. That means it's not too much, it's not too little. And how it should be like a general habit, not like sipping the water. That is good enough. And then also making sure that you are not coming to the state of thirsty. That means you already need water, and you're allowing the system forcibly to be thirsty. No, you want to stock so that you won't be thirsty, that much. According to temperature, according to the foods you eat, according to the atmosphere you are in, all those things matter too. So you can understand a comprehensive understanding of water metabolism, water intake important, and how you can make it like a So yogis, they used to carry what's called kamandala. That means you can fill water in that and then take the water and sip the water once in a while all day, you know. And they made most breathing and they did lot of walking. All these things made their body strong and the mind relaxed and they really opened their heart and offered their services to everybody. That's the tradition I am in. That's the tradition I want to. I want to accept everybody as one family. I want to reach out for anything, any pain or suffering they are going through, and how I can help them to get out mostly with the non-invasive measures and maybe adjusting their lifestyles and also doing the proper lifestyle themselves. Okay. So that's about it. Okay. So anybody wants to come up, then I will stay here and answer your questions. Otherwise, be aware of what's going on with you. Yeah, Janet is up.
Good morning, Dr. Rao.
Good morning, Janet. How are you?
I'm okay. I've had kind of a rough week with my gastroparesis. It's been acting up. But yeah.
Call me later. I will talk about it more. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to say hi and tell you that I missed you this week.
Yeah, I was busy with the family. I was away, so I was coming here, but there were a couple of talks I did just like that for 5 minutes. But otherwise, I could not do the morning routine, anything like that. But since I came yesterday, I worked a lot on this workshop I was telling you about, and we will come to that.
So you stayed busy, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. Like I have the phone. I have to wait for something. Then I'm kind of doing something with the social media. But only a few occasions were there, and so.
Well, that's good. I'm glad everything's okay.
Everything is okay. Whatever I do, I give it all. That's what I preach to all our friends too. Pay attention to everything. So if I don't do it, I don't have a right to tell anybody. So that's why I do that.
You practice what you preach.
Yeah. Actually, it's so much relaxing because I do things, I do completely, and then once it's done, they're out of my mind. I go to the next one, I focus it. So even though I do a lot, I don't get stressed out.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good example for us too.
Yeah. Don't engage in unnecessary thought, Engage in thought that is purposeful, meaningful, and don't cling on to it like a memory and all. Like, for example, my wife was talking about something and she talked about something happened to my son and we went for appendectomy or something for his surgery way back. And afterwards, I got out and I was going to a hospital as a hospitalist that week, and I had to drive. So I drove to a friend in between, and I got lost. So there was rain, there was a lot of things going on. But then, with all the trouble, after that, I went to my friend. I saw him. Then I went to my place where I have to work. And she recalls the pain I had gone through even now. And she was recalling that and then feeling bad about it. I said, why are you living in that? It's all gone. So see, that's a practical, direct example. See, I suffered that time night because of the, lack of directions and all that. But then that's all gone. It's not in my mind. But she remembers that. Maybe concern for me, but then it's already done, right? So I told her directly, practically, how we can get into past and live there very easily, unless you are aware of that. Make sense?
Yep.
So
yep.
You can learn lessons from the past, but why do you have to go and live there?
Right.
And I do that pretty well, I think. That's why my energy is very much there in the present moment. And I do things rather qualitatively because of that, I believe. And also, I don't have this brain fog because I don't store these things. I don't cling on to them.
Yeah,
This,
that's the best way. Let it
yeah,
go.
yeah. This is the Vyavasayika Buddhi. That means you focus with one pointedness on anything that you do. You know, this was described to Krishna by Krishna to Arjuna in that famous Bhagavad Gita book. Do your duty. Don't even expect any results. Whatever you do, you give complete all according to your inner dharma, your own inner duty mindedness. You know, Gandhi was talking about this, Janet, when I was growing up. Duty for the sake of duty really ingrained in me. Like my duty now is as a personal physician, healer, or yogi, whatever. I just want to help people not to suffer. You see?
Yes, and
Come back, Janet. You are in the middle of the sentence.
I love this perspective. And then I admire you for living it and sharing
Yeah,
it with the way you do. You give of yourself so much, and
yeah.
that that is I, I, you just don't see that every day.
No. You see, the thing is, we are programmed to relate to people because unless we get something out of it, I don't want to relate to them. I think
Right,
that's a missed chance. You can relate to somebody like you and me are friends, right? And then
right,
we enjoy the friendship, but at the same time, you have gastroparesis. Now I'm going to sit on it and go through everything with you. And then if that improves the quality of life, that is what I look for.
I know.
You know,
I know you did.
yeah. See, what it is life for me is here and now lived in this moment. You know, everything else is in our head. We think of something in the future that is, it doesn't matter. We can think like that. But if you are all the time not living in the present moment, I don't see any value in that. Okay, do your brainstorming, do your conclusions, but then leave them in the morning, in the present moment. Otherwise it can become like a book or knowledge, whatever that is there, but it is not coming into our lives. So a very simple thing: be practical, live, or be in your head. If you are in your head, that is, you are not living. That's my thing. Is that's what happens with the past. And by the way, this is the way we don't use our faculties as a human being properly. We can remember, that's one faculty. We can imagine, that's one faculty. But if you are only there and not bringing it to your regular life, you are not living. You are not living in the real sense.
Yeah, I can't live in my head because
Yeah.
that's a that can be a scary thing.
Yeah. Yeah, not only that, no need, because that is the problem with a lot of neurotics now, lot of this multitasking, lot of this arguments, all the time listening to social media without doing anything about it. All these things are happening because of that.
Right.
Yeah. So, like for example, you have the gastroparesis you told me about, right? And then you want to do something about it. If you have chance to do it. Sometimes organs are don't cooperate. Whatever we do, they may be like that. Then accept and then go with what you can do.
Right.
But if there's something there that you can do, maybe you have not explored. That's what we're going to explore. See what you are doing, how you are doing. It includes your posture, your intake, your outtake, and everything depends on that. If you don't do that, then it gets worse, worse, worse. It's kind of a fulfilling prophecy, like, right?
Right.
That happens because you are not you, but generally the patients are unaware of their condition, unaware of the how it can behave, unaware of the measures that are available, but you are not really implementing them, or unaware of how to cope with it by really taking your mind off of it. First, fix it if you can fix it and do those stuff. But if you cannot do it, there is a way to not engage with the thought on that. That's what many people do. Then the condition gets much worse as your thoughts are going negative, negative, negative. Make sense, Janet?
Yes, yes. You have to keep a positive outlook
Yeah, yeah.
when
That's
you're
what.
dealing with stuff like that.
Yeah. My thing is, if a solution, I want to do it, and if it's their solution, I can surrender to it. Accept it, and then only after we have explored or whatever you can do. There actually all the modern health problems, illnesses, they have an answer, either modern medicine or ancient wisdom. I think I'm smart by combining both whenever I can.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Call me, Janet. We'll talk about it. Okay. So Janet always comes and saves me. Probably. So anybody else wants to come up, you can come up now. Otherwise, I'll be taking leave and I'll be seeing you again as I find time. Okay. So understand what is satsang is and understand what you're going to do. Okay. Cecilia. Yeah. So, it's a question of exploring our own inner questions. Hi, Cecilia. Welcome.
How are you?
I am great. How are you?
Excellent. I
Yeah.
just popped in, so I don't even know what the discussion is. I just wanted to say hello.
I know this is about satsang. Satsang is what I was describing, where people gather together and
Oh, yes.
explore truth on any matter. It's not about just information or news, but it's about inner questions on life. What is life? Why are we living? What are we doing? That kind of thing. Deeper questions people have, they come and talk about in any official capacity, but more like what they want to find out. Everybody is democratically human being. That's why you can have attributes, you can have expertise, but you have to give other brains to explore them by themselves too.
Right.
And
Yes.
that becomes very good for your brain. If you explore things deeper, you are actually neurologically you open up more centers, Cecilia.
Ooh.
See, you have a new thing that you found, for example, new language, new music. Your brain has to work hard to open up so that it can get the new thing going. That's how the new cortex is prepared.
Got it. Yes.
So
Got it.
you have this great room, right? The kudos. Then you can just ask them, is there any question you have you want to explore? You don't have answer for it, that's fine. But just exploring itself will get the answers between your intelligence and my intelligence.
Right.
It's not about winning. It's not about argument. It's not about egoic battle. It's about truth seeking on any matters. For example, I say diabetes, don't eat all this corn syrup and all that. And use, I can do it moderate, I can balance it or whatever. But the problem is that becomes a habit with the moderation. And they go on eating it, which they should avoid like poison.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, what is it that, I mean, do you have, I don't know, opinion or expertise, advice on this, like, I feel like the GLP-1 is like such
oh yeah,
the
definitely.
rave right now.
I don't know, you saw my book on obesity. I address these things very much because, the GLP-1s, they give tremendous side effects. Patients really hate it because they can't eat anything, they can't, they will be puking and all that. Very uncomfortable, right? But my thing is, obesity can be handled by natural methods first. If they don't work, then you do the medications.
Right. Yeah.
So I kind of think a lot of modern living, modern way of the way we eat a lot, and we don't move generally. Not everybody. Maybe on this app we are more wellness oriented. We want to walk. We want to give rewards and all that. That is there. But I'm talking about general life. If you take my practice or anybody, you get a lot of people all very obese, and that has become kind of really important for a lot of people to eat all the time. So we can correct all that lifestyles, and then also, what is your perspective on your body? Do you identify with it, or do you see something more than your body that you are? Okay, then the image problems won't be there. And also, this taste factor is a big deal. So there are ways to understand how to really control the taste, not to allow it to, mushroom, but rather understand it and then have the control, like, how you are seeing some things, how you want to see some things like that. That's called pratyahara. That is a yogic practice. And then the third thing is, how do you consume food? How do you use it more like a nourishment rather than that is life itself? So these are the things that I address in my book on obesity, so that people can have food, but they eat the food with control. They eat the food for the nutrients. They eat the food for the nutrition take, but not like a happy thing, psychological thing, and all that.
Right. Yeah. And it has become like such a celebration, right? We gather and we eat. And,
yeah. Come back to Cecil. I want to tell more about these GLP things. Actually, this GLP thing is something as a desperate measure that pediatricians and other people are using it, because the obesity has become such a degree. We are afraid the kids are getting killed by the obesity. They're going to die if you don't do it. The enormous weight is a very much big deal on the heart if you take it minimally. So they can do many activities. That metabolic goes down, 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 and then they die. So that's why GLPs are like treated more like a emergency thing, in the field of obesity. So we do want to use them, but you know me, I just don't only go by what I see. I treat them for the symptom, but I want to know where the pain is coming, why it is coming from. Like that, I want to know. Yeah, root point. That is the main thing. That was my motto when I started my practice in '97. I said, not only we take care of your problems, but we are going to find out, are there any root causes that we could act on and correct them. And that's how now I have come, not just the preventive medicine, but proactively being well. That means on a daily basis, you are proactive about your own wellness.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why I kind of want this as a movement, so that each person takes it personal and then says, yeah, am I doing proper things that are commonsensical things? You don't have to be too much. Commonsensical things. For example, this always thinking. Why do you have to do that?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Think consciously. That means I'm talking to Cecilia. There is a question on GLP. We're going to address that. But beyond that, why do you have to think about that all the time?
Right.
So I may have to I study and I learn as a physician. That's what we have to do, continuing medical education. Even though I retired, I'm in touch with so many new fields. One of them is this, because that's a big problem that we see. There was one lady, Cecilia, on Clubhouse at the time when I was talking. She came on the room. I was also one of the audience, probably. And these couple of moderators who were conducting the room, they were very rude to her. And they said, you should stop eating like a pig and then get out of the chair and walk. Something like that, you know.
But that's not helpful.
No, I was very mad. I went and tore them down. If you know, tell us nicely. If you don't know, shut up. You don't know anything about you showed your ignorance with that thing. You know, normally I'm not like that, but I lost my cool that day. I kind of gave it to them, you know, and I told her, you have to help her from where she is. You cannot expect her to behave. See, what happened to the lady was Cecilia. She was sitting in the chair and she was not progressively settled down in that to the degree she cannot even get up now.
Mm.
So she cannot do any exercise and then she cannot lose any. So she's desperate about losing it. Then I told her, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do exercise in the chair itself.
That's right. Do what you can.
Yeah, do that, and then from there you can. You know what she did? She did my head to toe yoga for 2 weeks, and she was able to get up and walk a little bit. And in 2 months later, she sent me. I lost so many 20, 30 pounds or something like that.
I love it. Yes.
And she gave me a big testimony about that too. But what I'm talking about is taking people where they are and don't build too many hopes. Let them do one step at a time. If you do one step, then appreciate, okay, you'll do the second step like that. Even in this self-realization, what I talk about, why I'm so happy and contented and peaceful within is because I went into the depth of myself by my own work. Everybody has to do that, right? You have to go inward into yourself and then discover the space where it is peace, happiness, joy, everything is there, not out there, within us.
That's right. Absolutely. And, you know, I'm asking about this because, you know, we have people, you know, come in and they're, you know, recently a woman came in and she was celebrating that she lost, you know, this amount of weight and, you know, she was taking the GLP, but nothing in her diet or like exercise has changed. It's just taking this pill, which, like you said, is causing illness and like vomiting and stuff. So yes, you may lose the weight that way, but you have to do these lifestyle.
Let me tell you something on the medications, Cecilia. You can come back if you want to. This thing is what happens with the medications as a culture. What did we do? We did allow this magic bullet culture proliferate around the world. You know, it may have started in the West, but then now all over the world, people don't take responsibility for their lifestyles, for their way of eating or exercising, whatever, and that's all bred into them. A kind of miseducation, like or losing opportunity to make them aware of their own behavior. And that's all kind of. All the advertisement, all the McDonald's and all these things, convenient food. Food is available anywhere, anytime, and but that food quality is not good. People are really have to eat. Sometimes they don't even think about all this, and before it becomes a real problem. This magic bullet medication is there in so many things. For example, infections. Take bronchitis and pneumonias and all that, right? Many of the time, people don't understand you have to have a bug, you have to have a host, and you have to have an environment for the bug to go and attack the host.
Sure.
But the bug is kind of handled in a lot of ways, but also not handled sometimes. So see what happened with the COVID. They allowed from animals to jump to us, and then it came to us, right? That because started somewhere they were acting without awareness. Now, the host, if he's very strong and all that, even the COVID comes, he would put up a fight, he would get better. But we don't help the host to think how they can improve their immunity. I have a routine, I say, from head to toe, lymph node, just a simple routine. If you do that every day, you will enhance your immunity a little bit at a time. Then what happens? You see, like for example, I have not taken any antibiotic, anything like that for 15 years now. So when I have a sore throat or something like that, I do my bone breathing and all the exercise, and it goes away, just like that. Because there is a way to really improve our own resistance, our own immunity efficiency. But we do so many things that deplete the immunity. See, the same thing. The magic bullet is the same thing. We cultivating people to think I can just take the medication that will take away the problem, but I don't do anything about my lifestyles, which I'm doing. I'm going to do. That is that's why chronic disease is so prevalent. Like I'm 70, right? But I don't have any problems, energy depletion, all that. I do all I want. I enjoy myself. I, be available to my friends for the calls and all that. And I go and do the lectures and everything. I was there yesterday like that. All these things I enjoy. So I have a better life because I'm staying away from all these modern excesses. There is a role. Suppose I have a severe pneumonia, somehow contracted, then I will take antibiotics. But my thing is, how can I do such a way, maybe improve my exercise, maybe I do yoga better and all that, so that my body is resistant to infection.
Yeah.
Modern people have got a big problem with that because on one hand, we are breeding the drug-resistant bacteria. On the other hand, we are living a lifestyle, late nights, lack of sleep, and exercise. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just wanted to share before my minute is up because I'm going to have to go. A couple of weeks ago, I was in a grocery store and there was an advertisement, like a sing-along advertisement for Ozempic. And to me, that was just absolutely crazy. And it's not like, the first time I've heard it because there's commercials for all of these drugs as well. But, I don't see why we're advertising like that if it like why we're putting that into our heads. I was like,
that's the thing, right? They don't care because they will advertise all these things mainly because they are making money.
Yeah, that's why we got to pay attention to this stuff, because if it was for your health, you don't see advertisements of like fruits and vegetables and like, go eat your veggies.
It's a massive scale misinformation, and that's why this proactive wellness workshop I'm designing, I want to educate people on these lifestyles in a major way. That way they'll be able to really take care of themselves better. That's the aim. Thank you, Cecilia. Okay, she's a great room that she does everything. Hi, Melissa.
Hey, Dr. Rao, how are you?
I missed you the other day. I thought you were going to come up. You did not come up. I was discussing something about the teaching, Anyway, how are you?
I am doing well, and I really appreciate the conversation that you and Cece are having. And actually, I have to tell you that I don't know if I've shared this with you before, but last summer I went to the pulmonologist that I see, and he had said something to me about considering one of the GLPs, and that was part of the reason that set me on this path, because I was like, I'm very adverse to medication, especially my system is very reactionary. In fact, I just broke out last week from some antibiotics that was given to me for dental work, but that's neither here nor there. The point that I want to make is that because that doctor had said something to me about considering, a GLP, I'm like, no, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this the right way. And when I say the right way, I mean exactly what you and Cece are talking about. Changing my lifestyle, making better choices, not eating my feelings, and being much more mindful in the things that I'm doing. And I'm not to my goal yet, but I've lost over 70 pounds, Dr. Rao.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Thank you. It's something that I have to work at continually, and I want to commend you for standing up for that woman that the people made fun of, because it's.
Oh, I was mad. I was mad because the inconsideration, the unkindness, the ego, all that is there. They deserve that yelling by me to them, but then, see, a lot of people don't understand. These are pretty difficult things for people to live with that kind of weight and the image problems and also their self-image. Everything is very difficult for them. Some people make fun of them so badly that even a small word hurts them. I used to have one guy, Ronald, his name, he was 720 pounds, right? He was walking to come to my clinic, and I was watching him from the balcony, and I could see him coming up the ramp, right? And he's slowly dragging himself. 720 pounds means a really big deal, right? And there was some construction work, doing some work there in the hospital, and they were laughing at him. For them, that huge man coming is a laughing experience. See how unkind can be.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have a lot of unkindness in our world, and people that want to pick on people. And
you know what that Ron told me, Melissa, I think you'll appreciate that. He told me, Dr. They call me Dr. Kulus. They don't call me Dr. out there. Here, and Dr. Kulus, I appreciate you treating me like a human being I am.
Exactly. And everybody deserves that compassion and decency.
But I look at not at the body. Even the body has problems, I fix them. But I don't say Melissa body is the Melissa. Melissa has a body. That is, the Melissa who has a body is a human being. So I always relate to the being level with everybody, Melissa. That is my grace. That is my saving grace for myself, because I don't have to get caught up with you're a smart person or you're a heavy person, thin person, none of it. Not even male and female matters unless, organic wise, I have to deal with the male or female. Otherwise, I don't make you belittle just because you're a woman or, high because you're a woman.
Yeah, it's absolutely, we are all beings, and we have that life force that's inside of us that, we should connect with.
No, that is where you want to be, not in your mind or body.
Exactly. And that's something that I'm grateful I've been learning on my journey. And it's not easy work, but it's work that's necessary to live a healthy life. And
it's not easy because they kind of condition the other way. You see, once you are in this is normal, actually.
Yeah, it's about changing your lifestyle, and that's what I'm working on.
Melissa, you're doing a pretty good job on that. I have this obesity book. If you want, I will send it to you. You can read it and tell me how it is. I have not published it, but I can give you a copy of that if you want to use it. Let me know. Send me a DM if you did. Okay. Somebody else also has a question about the lymphatic routine thing. That also is fine. People can, you come to the morning routine, and like a Monday, I will do that routine so that you can see that too. Somebody asked me a question, Melissa. So this book I wrote about, I don't publish many of these books, but then I can send you a copy of that so that you can see, read it, and this about the taste, about body image, and also making nutrition not as a psychological thing, but more like a needed, essential thing for us. Those things were directly from the ancient wisdom. Why many people were not obese at the time was they were always walking. Even though they were obese, they did not care if they are obese naturally. But generally, it was not at this level that we have now.
Yes, I would love a copy of that book, Dr. Rao. And I wanted to tell you, I've tried to send you a DM a couple of times, and whenever I do, it doesn't like it'll kick me off of the app. So I just wanted to make you aware that there's something.
No, somebody put a message today. It has come. Maybe they fixed it. I don't know. Because,
oh, okay. Well, I'll try again, but I know I've tried a few
but
times.
you can send it to my email and personal number that are there in my profile. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I will look at that. But yes, I would definitely love to see that because, it is a journey that I am on and I am trying to, change my mindset. In fact, it was, I was having a discussion with my mom the other day and she was saying something about how she noticed that, I have changed the way that I eat. And that's not to say that I always do because today is a special day. I have earned a treat day and I'm going to take my daughter to one of her favorite restaurants. So today I'm not going to be as mindful about what I eat. But I think that for me, that's one of the reasons that I've been able to sustain this is the fact that I do take days where I do allow myself to indulge in things that I like. For the most part.
No, it's a question of enjoying versus making it a psychological habit.
Exactly. And leaning on food as a crutch. And, eating.
But you can enjoy whatever you like. I enjoy. Okay, the other day we went to this shopping, grocery shopping, and all the Chicago. Right, we have the Indian things and all that. But they also have this basket full of cookies, small cookies. Each one is individual, different taste. And I picked it up for my daughter, and they gave it. All the family enjoyed one cookie at a time. That was unique. See, that kind of thing is very good. We don't have to, suppress that. But then I don't crave that and go and grab so many and put it in my mouth. Whatever I eat, the small bites, I savor it. You know all this. I'm just saying for the other people too. So when you eat, sit down and eat and chew the food very well and savor it and enjoy the color, smell, and everything. And also, when you really swallow like that, you generate so much saliva. 1/3 of your stomach will be filled with saliva. That's a good thing to get you the feeling of satiety because the satiety comes with expansion of the stomach.
Okay, so that's good to know.
If you are eating something slowly, you are putting more saliva. That means you are filling it with saliva, not with the calories.
So would that be like, taking smaller bites and chewing more, and that way you're feeling more satisfied, is what you're saying?
Yes. Okay. Even when you are doing it, Melissa, what you miss there is, a lot of people think I'm very hungry, I have to eat very fast. No, when you're hungry, slow down. Eat slowly, chew it, and you chew it properly. That itself, you see, the expansion of stomach happens and then you will be filled. But otherwise, 0 to 20 minutes usually it takes to get the feeling of satiety. So people eat within 5 minutes because they're so really hungry. That's why they're famished. So they kind of eat very fast. Don't do that. Eating fast begets the eating more and more food. That's how you consume a lot in a short time.
Thank you. I always appreciate your advice, Dr. Rapp.
Thank you, Melissa. So it's a question of eating habits pattern. If you change them, you are much better off. So what you do is, which I do, is don't eat habitually. Don't eat because it is something you crave. Don't eat something because the taste and pleasurable experience and all. Cut it down. You can do some of it, but cut it down. Don't be so, like Melissa used the word crutch. Don't use that. And then sit down and eat your meal when you are hungry, slowly. And then really savor and enjoy whatever little food you are using. Then the stomach will be filled and then it will be satiety. You feel like satisfied. The other trick I do is something I have to eat that is good for me, the salads, the soups, the fruits, the vegetables, and all that, I do them first. And at the end of the thing, I may eat some little bit of white rice with the yogurt. That's very satisfying to me because I grew up on rice, right? But I'm not supposed to eat so much rice at this age. So I kind of cheat my system by allowing me a fraction of that I'm not supposed to eat at the end of the meal. So that way you are satisfied and you feel good that you have a good experience of the meal and come on. I let my patients do this regularly. Instead of starting with what you like and eat a lot, eat what you're supposed to eat first. Maybe start with a fruit. Maybe start with a vegetable salad. Maybe start with a nutritious soup, whatever. Right? And then after you eat all the things that you are supposed to eat, and they're not all bad, and then at the end of the meal, allow yourself to be like a treated, like what Melissa was saying, going to the restaurant for her daughter now, you want to have a treat. I mean, don't miss on the treats, but don't overdo that. That's the problem. Once you get into the treats, be aware of your intense desire, which you don't want to, and then you don't want to yield to that, right? And then do that. Melissa, remember the workshop on 16th and 17th, that will be a good one to attend. And then you can bring in all your assessment things through my forms, which will be, I, I'll probably make people register before so that they can get these assessment tools that they can fill and come to the sessions and then get a lot more out of it personally. Okay. It's not just listening and going. Actually, you're doing on your stuff and you are having some issues that you want to answer from us, and we will do it. Okay. So look for all that information. Okay. Anybody else? I'm glad some people came up and I'm very happy to talk about these things. All right. It seems everybody satisfied, and then I'll be talking to you again as I feel my time opens up. But otherwise, in the morning routine, I strive to come there every day. Last couple of days, I was away with Mayo. That's why I could not come. Okay. Thank you. And thank you, Janet and Melissa and Cecilia. And I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye bye.